Modern Hollywood relies on a highly predictable formula: safe cinematic universes, streaming algorithms, and sterile sound stages where digital effects replace physical sets. Christopher Nolan's upcoming project ignores every part of that formula. The Odyssey is a $250 million, 3-hour IMAX epic based on a 3,000-year-old Greek poem. He's populated this ancient myth with A-list talent, casting modern stars like Zendaya to play the roles of the gods. How does a director acquire the leverage required to bypass modern studio rules and write a $250 million blank check? The answer begins in 1998. Nolan was shooting a black-and-white indie called Following on weekends with his friends. He had exactly $6,000 to his name, forcing him to rehearse every scene so they wouldn't waste their expensive limited film stock. To understand the scale of the Odyssey, you have to view his career as a series of moves designed to accumulate and protect artistic leverage. He used his early indie success to land Batman Begins. Instead of the campy tropes that previously defined the genre, Nolan grounded the character in a gritty, tactical realism. Then came The Dark Knight. Driven by Heath Ledger's performance as the Joker, the film crossed $1 billion at the box office and made Nolan a household name. He used that success to push a technical revolution, moving massive 70mm IMAX cameras out of nature documentaries and into mainstream Hollywood features. Those cameras are notoriously loud. They grind like a sewing machine on set, which meant Nolan had to dub the actors' dialogue in post-production. Nolan turned these hardware constraints into a signature of his work. Since his films made billions using this difficult equipment, the studios were forced to accept his idiosyncratic methods as the price of a blockbuster hit. Nolan used his superhero leverage to demand massive budgets for original concepts like Inception, rather than staying within safe franchises. This chart shows Nolan's obsession with time's relativity. Time slows down in Inception's dream levels and dilates in Interstellar, where 1 hour equals 7 years on Earth. In Tenet, this manipulation reaches point. Time moves completely in reverse. To execute these concepts, he rejects CGI. For Interstellar, he planted 500 acres of real corn so they could drive a truck through it, and then sold the crop for a profit after filming. By pairing high-concept themes with practical spectacle, he trained audiences to show up for the Nolan brand, regardless of the intellectual difficulty. The breaking point came when his longtime studio, Warner Bros., decided to release their movies on streaming platforms on the same day they hit theaters. Nolan walked away. He moved his production to Universal Pictures, a shift made to protect the exclusive theatrical window for his next film. That project was a major commercial risk. Oppenheimer, a 3-hour R-rated biopic about a theoretical physicist. The film grossed nearly $1 billion and earned him Academy Awards for Best Picture and Best Director. This victory transformed him from a successful director into Hollywood's last true blank check auteur. Nolan is using this leverage to manifest The Odyssey in 2026. The practical scale of this production is massive. He shot across 6 different countries to capture rugged, real-world geography. He even commissioned the construction of actual seaworthy Greek ships to sail the Mediterranean. The Odyssey is a historical first. It is the only Hollywood feature film shot entirely on 70mm IMAX cameras. Early reactions praise the film's approach to mythic monsters, noting that Nolan leans heavily into horror to depict the ancient world. Nolan is fighting to keep cinema as a shared, large-scale event. The Odyssey hits theaters this Friday. Put down your phone and experience it on the biggest screen possible.